sometimes find myself asking, like, what would I do if I was a Republican consultant? And, I really don't know what the fuck I'd do. I mean, what subject do you change it to? You try to change it to come out winning. I don't. The economy.
He's pinned on the economy. He's not going there. He can't, guys. Right? I mean, there's no world where he gets back on the economy.
No. And
it's got to be cultural stuff, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be trans and Antifa and college sports and bathrooms and abortion and God knows what else. Yeah, but I don't think that works.
No, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. I think people are. I mean, particularly with the independent. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you look at that poll that you were showing, that one question alone. You look at the independents and they're gone. And then, like I said, you look at the split in the Republican Party. 2-1, not far enough, and about right, because there's not too many of them in the gone too far. I mean, I know we have some, influencers are in the gone too far point of view, but I'm not sure there's many.
Well, when you got John Bolton in the gone too far category. Yeah. That's a whole new universe.
Yeah, exactly.
I think though, I think one of the things that I'm really sort of contemplating is Democrats sometimes really want to talk about issues close to their hearts when the economy is not tuned into that. We've seen it a couple times before where it's like they want to talk about climate, but the economy's bad and people can't put gas in their car, and so it comes across flat. It falls flat. But right now, Trump is going to want to talk about anything else, and there's no world where with gas at $5-6 a gallon. And by the way, Brent crude today, folks, was at $144 a barrel. Brent is 144. Brent is a live barrel, as they say. That's actual physical oil. It's not a futures contract. That's physical barrel of oil delivered. That calculates, if you run the math, to something like $6.45 a gallon gas. Yeah. If that's what's happening in this country, if you're a Republican, I would just head for the hills. I would just take your campaign money and go to Bolivia because you're done.
What's fascinating about that is the actual cost today. And you look at the futures and they're like around 109. I mean, they're just not, it's still that normalcy bias. The entire market, the way it responded today with the news of Pakistan was like, wow, okay, we're out of this. It's just that bias is just so ingrained even in the market, because there's no way at 144 today, if you're placing a future bet for tomorrow, it shouldn't be where it's at. It's going to keep moving higher.
So I have an email today or a text message today from a really, really longtime good friend of ours, donor and supporter, big supporter of LP, who understands the energy markets like crazy. And she sent this to me today. The short-term energy outlook does not anticipate a price drop in gas until mid to late 2027. This is from the EIA, which is the government's own energy economics modeling shop. Process those numbers, guys. Do not expect a drop in the price of gas until mid to late 2027. And she knows this stuff backward and forward like nobody else. And shout out Randy. She sent this to me and I read through the whole thing and I was just like, this changes politics going into 28 too. Yes. I mean, the scars of Trump's mistake of this war are going to echo through 27 as the Republican primary starts to heat up, as the party starts to see the end of the line for Trump, as they start to wonder where they're going to go, how they're going to divide themselves up. You got a party that's cheerleading genocide, that is campaigning with the worst human beings in the world, that has started a war with no purpose, no strategy, no end game, no objectives that are clear. They change by the minute. And that a war that will go on now, just so we're all clear about Iran, everybody who's watching, we may stop being at war with them, but they will never stop being at war with us.
Is that how it works? That like the other side?
Yeah, the Iranians have Persia, Afghanistan, graveyard of empires, that whole thing.
Yeah.
They're never going to stop killing us because of this.
Yeah, I thought, what was it? This was an interview with McChrystal, and he was saying, so their logic is, they're talking about the son of the supreme leader who's dead now, and said, so the logic is, okay, we blew you up apparently, and you're in some kind of bad
shape. Killed his wife and son.
Killed your wife, your son, some other family members. But look, dude, let's make a deal. He goes, I don't know if I would react that way. I'm not sure. Like that would be my first, like, oh man, yeah, let's sit out.
Yeah, this is not. And again, I mean, I just feel like the consequences of this are going to have longer repercussions. In a way, like the end of Watergate. It knocked on for a few years after 74. It still had a big.
Yeah,
I think I will, because the knock-on effect of Vietnam and Watergate lasted until 1980, even though those were 1974.
Yeah,
the knock-on effect here, and the trillions of dollars that are moving out of the Gulf right now. We've wrecked our alliances in the Gulf. Well, Iran, and look, if Trump does bomb Iran back into the Stone Age, the mullahs could not be happier. You know why? AK-47s don't need electricity. You know why? Toyota Hilux pickup trucks don't need electricity. They can charge their bullhorn on the cigarette lighter in the truck. They don't need the civilization that we think they need to be happy with their control over the Iranian people. It's so sad, because this really did set back the liberation of the Iranian people by 100 years.
Yeah, an Israeli friend, in that dark Israeli humor way they have, sent me a text message that said, I'm glad to see the United States is dedicated to the idea that if you're on a plane and you're Israeli and you're American and you're taken hostage, it's hijacked by Arabs, that they're going to ask for the Americans first. So that's well done. Maybe
bravo.
At the heart of this, you're really getting on something there, Rick. It's just a lack of respect for another civilization, for another culture, for another country. I mean, Iran is an extraordinary country. And even with this, barbaric leadership, it's a huge country, a history of deeply educated, entrepreneurial people. I mean, look at the Iranians in Los Angeles. I mean, they hugely entrepreneurial and ambitious. They run Southern California almost. I mean, it's they're phenomenally successful, and with great pride in their national identity, their cultural identity. It's just such a miscalculation.
If we want, I spoke to a former senior intelligence guy. He said, somebody one time floated this idea that if we could get unrestricted internet access in Iran, the government would fall in a week. Because we looked at it, we thought about it, and now it doesn't matter.